All right, I got another one for you guys. This comes from Bounding Into Comics. Lollipop Chainsaw RePOP director clarifies game will feature the original scenario and script without any changes. Dev team fighting to the best of our ability against censorship. So, it sounds like what this had all stemmed from was a fairly innocuous tweet that the director had made concerning a remake versus a remaster. And that kind of set the community off in some very interesting ways. But you can actually see the tweet down here. We have changed the game design of RePOP from remake to remaster based on your requests. Like I said, fairly innocuous. Doesn't really mean a whole lot to a normal person, but that remake to remaster thing, remakes and remasters can mean different things to different studios, and they can mean different things to different people. So that kind of set the community off in a lot of disagreements, a lot of back and forth as to what that meant, whether Lollipop Chainsaw was going to be a watered down version of itself, whether it was going to be censored, whether it's going to maintain faithfulness to the original. And no one had a definitive answer. So what ended up happening is he had actually come out and clarified a few days after that with some very clear statements, and you can actually read them down here. Now, regarding the scenario and script for RePOP, we have decided to use the original Lollipop Chainsaw scenario and script without any changes. Up until now, we've been open-mindedly discussing the scenario, but we will not be making any additions or changes to it after all. So it sounds like they had originally had plans on making some changes to the original gameplay, the original story. However, they have quashed that, and they are maintaining consistency, maintaining that faithfulness to the original, which for a game like Lollipop Chainsaw, I mean, that was not a timid game when it came out. That was not for the faint of heart when it came out. And we are a far more censorious and easily offended society in this day and age. So this is quite a statement, actually. Coming out with a game like that in this day and age is definitely a statement to make. Even though it is a remaster, yeah, I'm surprised that they are going that direction. I really expected this one to have censorship in it, but it's great to see. I mean, listen, remake Lollipop Chainsaw and you keep it faithful to the original, and you are going to get crazy respect points from me and a whole lot of other people. So more power to you. Definitely good to see. Would love to see more of this. I mean, it's no secret that censorship has been rife in the games industry, especially with localizations. People taking very creative liberties on translating things into English and changing the context. People changing the content of the game, the story, the gameplay, all kinds of crazy stuff. And remakes and remasters are no stranger to that too. So they could have very easily changed an awful lot of things to make this more suitable for modern audiences. And if they're not going to do that, that's respect from me. I mean, I'm not saying that I really agree with all the games that come out that get localized and are questionable, especially some of those Japanese games are pretty wild. Not really my cup of tea, but just because I don't agree with those games, just because I don't want to play those games, it doesn't mean that somebody else doesn't. And I have no right to censor a game that someone else would enjoy in its original form as the artist intended it, any more than they have the right to do that to me on a game that I might like. So, at the end of the day, there is no good definition. There is no good defense for censoring games, for diminishing these games, diminishing this art, just for the sake of fifis, just for the sake of think of the children. Because at the end of the day, the children need to be protected, yes. But they need to be protected by their parents. The number one best defense against having your child engaged in something that is counterintuitive, that is harmful to them, the best defense against that is the parents, is the guardians, is the people that are responsible for those children. You cannot have a government or a corporation or an organization do a better job than a parent will sitting there and being involved in that child's life. And to try to blanket censorship these things for some kind of an effect is an argument in futility. I mean, it's a complete waste of time in my book. We would be better served trying to get more parents involved in their kids' lives, get more parents involved in their kids' games, to make sure that they're playing the right kind of games that are going to be not harmful to them, that are going to be helpful to them, that you understand what your kid is involved in. Putting an effort into that will have a far greater effect on society, will have a far greater effect on those kids' lives than anything we can do from an industry perspective or a government perspective. But I guess that's just my opinion. And yeah, this is a good step forward, I think. So they're good on you for sticking to the original. Can't wait to see it. I might actually pick this one up. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you enjoyed the vid. If you like it, give it a like. If you want to subscribe to the channel to see more content from me, I try to post once or twice a week. And so yeah, subscribe to the channel to hear more, and I will talk to you guys later.